90 feet under Japan, a stone staircase rises that shouldn't exist underwater. A single torch beam sweeps across a wall cut into clean steps. Every edge meets at a right angle, sharp as a blade. 25 meters of solid rock stands terraced like a drowned temple. No people built anything this large 10,000 years ago, and yet the corners look shaped by a deliberate hand. 60 feet of cold water holds a flat stone plaza in shadow. This is the Yonaguni Monument off Japan's far southern edge. Divers first reached it in 1986 while hunting for sharks. What they found still splits geologists straight down the middle. Kihachiro Aratake ran small diving tours near Yonaguni Island. He dropped below the surface to scout schooling hammerhead sharks. 50 feet down, terraces rise straight out of the seabed. The rock climbed upward in giant, deliberate-looking steps. Each single step stood taller than a grown man. Aratake surfaced convinced he had swum through a sunken ruin. 6 meters tall, twin megaliths stand upright side by side. Between them runs a narrow, arrow-straight rock channel. One flat terrace stretches 100 feet across the silent seafloor. Explorers named it the main terrace, the heart of the site. A curving ramp hugs one side like a looping road. 5 parallel steps point the same direction down the slope. A deep triangular basin cuts into the upper platform. Locals call one rounded feature the turtle. Straight trenches run through the platform like cut drainage. Guess how deep before I tell you? 40 feet down, one step sits perfectly level and flat. Divers say the whole layout feels arranged, not scattered. Here is why this drowned staircase unsettles historians. 10,000 years ago, this coastline stood above dry land. The last ice age locked the world's water into thick ice. 40 meters lower, the ancient sea left Yonaguni bone dry. People could have walked these terraces in open air. Then the ice melted, and the ocean swallowed it whole. If people carved it, they carved it before farming began. That would predate the Great Pyramid by 5,000 years. 6,000 years older than Stonehenge, if human hands shaped it. It would quietly rewrite the entire timeline of civilization. One scientist stakes his whole reputation on human builders. Masaki Kimura reads the site as a marine geologist. He has dived the monument more than 100 times. 5 separate structures stand along one long, sunken ridge. He sees quarry marks where blocks were split away. He points to round holes he reads as post sockets. 2 symmetrical holes sit drilled into the upper wall. He maps channels that could drain rain off a plaza. He even finds a shape he calls a carved face. Deep grooves ring what might be 2 enormous eyes. Look at this right-angle corner for 5 seconds. Find the tool mark. Kimura argues nature never cuts such clean geometry alone. 10 flat platforms rise in a staircase too neat for chance. He believes a lost people built a terraced complex here. Then a great wave or quake dropped it beneath the sea. But another geologist looks and sees only ordinary rock. Robert Schoch studied the monument closely for himself. He calls the whole thing a natural sandstone formation. Sandstone breaks along flat plains into stair-like ledges. Fine layers of stone fracture in long parallel lines. Water and pressure snap them near 90 clean degrees. 90-degree fractures form in sandstone with no help at all. The steps, he says, are just tilted bedding planes. Similar rock stairs appear on dry coasts close nearby. No quarry rubble, no tools, no carvings, he insists. Not one tool has ever surfaced from the entire site. To Schoch, the mind sees order that isn't truly there. 40 years on, no one can prove either side wrong. Japan has never officially excavated the monument. No sanctioned dig has ever cut into the platform. 0 core samples have ever settled the argument for good. The site sits inside brutal, racing tidal currents. Divers fight surges strong enough to sweep them away. Hammerhead sharks patrol the deeper terraces in season. 60 feet of moving water guards every answer below, so the monument keeps its secret by sheer force. The full story runs deeper than one video. The books that document it are linked below, free to listen with the trial link. Some features are simply hard to wave away as chance. 2 huge stones balance on a ledge like a doorway. A perfectly round bore pierces one flat rock face. Straight rows of small holes run beside a low wall. Kimura reads them as marks left by wooden wedges. 5 low walls stand aligned to the same compass bearing. A stone road seems to loop around a raised court. One rock resembles a crude animal frozen mid-crawl. Believers see a sunken city. Skeptics see coincidence. 10,000 years of silence hangs over the whole debate. Both camps stare at the same rock and disagree. One formation, 2 sciences, and no shared conclusion. Geology says water can carve shockingly straight lines. Archaeology says the layout looks planned, not random. The truth may sit somewhere uncomfortably in between. Perhaps nature made the steps, and people refined them. 3 competing theories fight over one silent ruin. Natural rock, human terrace, or a strange blend of both. The dating rests on one hard geological fact. 12,000 years ago, the seas sat far lower than today. Only then was Yonaguni's rock exposed to open air. So a carved monument must be that old, or older. No later people could have worked it above the water. 8,000 years minimum, if a single chisel ever touched it. That age alone is what makes the stakes so wild. It would mean builders we have no other trace of. Picture standing on that plaza before the Great Flood. Wide terraces open toward a sky no diver sees now. 25 meters of worked stone rise into vanished daylight. Then imagine the water climbing, year after slow year. The court drowns, the steps blur, the story sinks. Send this to the person who still thinks the ocean floor holds no secrets. Whoever they were, they left no name behind. 0 inscriptions survive to tell us whoever carved it. The reason we still argue is painfully simple. No dig, no funding, and a hostile, drowned site. 40 years of diving still cannot close the case. Every expedition brings back photos, never solid proof. The current erases footprints as fast as they form. One storm can bury a trench under fresh sand overnight, so the monument stays exactly as mysterious as before. Here is where the whole mystery leaves us today. Yonaguni is either the oldest structure humans ever built, or the most convincing accident sandstone has ever made. 10,000 years hang on which answer proves true, and the ocean is in no hurry to tell us which. Subscribe for one real ancient mystery per video, one unexplained thing told straight from the evidence, because the seafloor is crowded with stories exactly like this. 90 feet down, a stone staircase still rises off Japan. 25 meters of terraced rock stands cut in clean angles. 10,000 years of ocean guards whatever truth waits below. One diver found it. The whole world still argues. 2 sciences, 1 monument, and 0 final answers. Maybe nature, maybe a lost people, maybe both at once. The right angles keep their silence under the waves. Tomorrow, A. The Bimini Road, a sunken stone highway off the Bahamas, or B. The 800